Hey everyone, welcome to a Faceless Voice new art stream. If you've seen us before, we're doing something a little different tonight. Welcome everybody. We're going to do a little inking tonight. My name is David Lozeau. I'm a Southern California-based Day of the Dead artist. Today we're doing something different. We've done lots of live streams of painting, and we decided to mix it up and show some of my inking. This is something I do not enough, to be honest. I'm trying to get into it more now. I really did it recently and realized how much I missed it. So I love the detail. I love it. We're going to be doing some inking of this design I have here. This is, I'm just calling him the Snow Shaman for now, but working on hot press watercolor paper, so there's no texture to it. And we're going to be using, you can see here, Copic multi-liner pens. And we're just going to work on a small section tonight. It goes a lot slower than if you watch my paintings. This is a little slower process. So we're going to focus really on the muskox right here on his head and kind of his fur. And kind of I just put a little bit of detail in his armor also. So we're going to get after it. Again, and apologize if my hand gets in the way. We're trying to figure out the best way to show this with my big stupid claws in the best angle and stuff. So I apologize in advance. If my feet get in the way, I apologize too. But my hands get in the way, I apologize. Again, fire any questions through about this or anything else. And again, thanks for joining us. And so this process obviously is much different than my painting. It's actually funny. It's very more nerve-wracking to me because I'm less confident a little bit. You know, I enjoy it. I enjoy that fear again that I paint so much that fear isn't always there. This is really like starting over, so it's fun. So really it is a process of layering where I go in first with the inking and I do all the fine line stuff. I do the smallest and then work myself way up to thicker lines, and then I go back in afterwards and do all the textures. But we always share the enamel painting, so we thought we'd mix it up and share something different. So again, let me know if you guys care, if it's fun, if it's different. But again, thanks for joining us.
Naomi on Facebook says that's rad.
Hey Naomi, thanks for joining us. Glad you like it. Yeah, well, it's fun to share. Like I said, we never shared the inking process before, so we're trying to get the camera all to see it without, with fine lines. It's a little more difficult to film than our other stuff. So super excited to make it work out and that you guys check it out. For me, it's a really fun way to get off the easel and just kind of mix it up. So almost got sidetracked.
Yep.
I caught myself.
So either pull out a little bit or
okay.
Shift the piece to the right.
All right, shifting the piece is obviously easier. Let's go to the right. Say when?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, let's keep on just. I'm going to keep that armor somewhat light texturally because I'm going to do a lot of hair work below here. So a little more using the finest line. Well, not the finest, a 0.01 right now, in case you're wondering for you pen nerds. And I'm going to start to put in the hairlines for the muskox. These basically be my guidelines for when I go in with the thicker pen in a second and start putting in the hair.
Goblin Corn over on Twitch says sick inking.
All right, Goblin Porn. Thanks for joining us. Glad you like the inking. And fun to mix it up and show something a little different.
It's funny how much you adjust your hand on the pen.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Is it because you hold it so tightly?
Yes, squeezing the crap out of it. And I'm holding it a little lower than I normally would just to be able to give it out a shot.
Goblin's saying the inking is the fun part, especially for him.
Oh, for me, totally agree. This is just like the enamel for when I do enamel painting. Like, this is the part I want to get to. This is all the stuff comes together. And the funny thing is, while it's one pen with a standard size tip, it's the way some of these artists who are inkers get different textures is just amazing.
So you're not changing different pen sizes throughout this?
Well, I am a little bit, yes. Like right now, I jumped up one size to start doing blocking the hair in, so I don't, ruin my tiny little pen. But not nearly as much. I basically have done all this painting, this whole piece with 3 pen sizes. And because it's much different than the brush, because in the brush I would have blocked in more of these sections into more solid, and I try and get more detail with the pen to not just make it a big black, detailed blob. It's definitely some retraining of the brain.
Goblin's saying, I've always done very blocky inking because I have to do both the penciling and the inking of a comic by myself, and I don't have much time to work.
Totally understand, and I have another whole style of inking when I use a brush pen, and it is the same way. It's very much like my painting style. It's much more blocky. And doesn't have, for me, it's too much like my painting style, and it makes me frustrated. This I enjoy because it's so different than my painting style because it is so fine lined. So I enjoy that difference. I don't judge it the same way I do with my thicker inking style. because I ink with a brush pen. I also do with a nib, and I enjoy the nib stuff a lot better. But I've really kind of grown to love these. To get back into the tech pens, we'll call them.
He's saying brush pens are fun, but very easy to mess up.
Yep, because you're blocking. Yeah, exactly. Because when you're blocking in the brush pen, you're blocking in huge areas quickly, and you can easily get sidetracked and just make a muddy mess and be like, ugh, and you're breaking out the whiteout.
Quatch Project over on Instagram says, I don't have steady enough hands with a brush, and that's why I love these nibs.
Squatch Project? Quatch or Squatch? Quatch. Thanks for checking out the stream. Appreciate you hanging out, and I totally agree. It is it's a much different. It's weird. I've painted for years, and this is so different. Different parts of the body, different parts of the brain.
On this paper, can you really go over and over your lines?
Yes.
Really dig in there?
Yes, because it's watercolor paper. There's this type of water. This is hot press, meaning there's two types of watercolor paper. There's hot press and cold press. Cold press has a texture, what you traditionally think of as a textured paper, and there's hot press, which has no texture. This is a really durable paper. I could really go in there and basically scratch all I want. I could even remove some lines with an X-Acto knife if I wanted to. I could scrape, I'm trying to show you a good line I could do. Some of the smaller lines you can actually scrape off with an X-Acto knife. You don't want to get to that spot, but it can be done.
Are you going to wash this on later?
I'm not going to gouache this. I'm going to probably watercolor this when it's all done.
And kind of all over or spot, or how are you going to?
Did we share a picture of the last one I did? We never shared that. So I do a very loose watercolor over the top. Just pull out a couple of colors, pull out a couple of areas, but I'll keep the watercoloring very loose. It's more, I'd call it atmospheric watercolor. Is kind of what I always kind of call it. Just to really kind of put it in a location and give it a little tone. But I won't over render. I'm not going to go in and do all the, every single scroll a different color, every single blade. It's going to be a very loose watercolor, very atmospheric. But I do like that because I like to give it just a little bit of a tone, put it in a little bit of a location. This hair is the hardest part. It's what I dreaded with this piece because it's. I'm trying not to do my enamel style with this. I want it to be an inking style, and I'm still battling. It looks fine, but it's definitely bordering on both styles right now.
Alan Kaufman says, hi, David.
Hey, Alan. Thanks for joining us. Welcome to the different stream.
Will the black ink bleed with the watercolor, that is?
No, that won't bleed because all the pens I use are waterproof. So I can go right over the top with watercolor and no problem at all. I make sure of that. That's whenever any pens I use, which is tough because I do have some pens that are better, that I like better, but I want to make sure that it won't bleed. So these are all waterproof. I could go over it right now within a minute or two with watercolor and it'd be fine. So now I just trade up to a bigger pen, and I'm just pushing back some of this stuff.
Goblin is saying that penciling has always been the hard part for me because I have a very poor grasp of 3D shapes, despite working on that for my whole career.
So I totally agree. So for me, my penciling consists of doing the drawing digitally, and then I transfer that drawing onto my paper with graphite transfer paper, so I can work out all the problems ahead of time. I don't like going straight to pencils. I'm not confident enough. I like to compose and move things around and various ideas digitally, and then I print. You can see right here. Here's my sketch, which I then print out. And then I trace onto here with graphite transfer paper, which erases right off, and then I can get right after it. Inking's hard enough. To add the pencil challenge too, I think is too much for my brain to handle. So I'm just going in here and pushing some of these lines backwards. You know, basically the light's kind of coming from up here, so these can really disappear.
Goblin is saying, I do the opposite. I go traditional to digital, and then clean it up digitally.
I double do you, because I go traditional, and then I go digital, and then I go traditional again.
Wow, that's efficient.
So I'll take this once it's finished in watercolor, and then I bring it into the computer, and then I will also clean it up on the computer a little bit too. And I also scan the black and white version because I use that for other artwork. I like to have, if I'm bothering to do a piece, I want it to be versatile, and maybe I want to use it as a t-shirt design or something later on. So I definitely scan the black and white version, then go ahead and watercolor it. So I have two. We're just both damn efficient. That's what I'm taking away. Let me know if it gets too close to the edge. It goes out of frame. T.
You did what?
Just let me know if I go too far to the right, and I go out of frame.
You're still good.
All right.
Yeah. You can do the braids.
All right, the braids. If you've watched my stream before, right now I've done this on the stream, and the painting thing. I have 4 skeletons done already, and we've been jamming around. I've only done hair. This is just a hair stream right now.
So is that the major difference with inking? Is that it's super detail oriented?
Yes, and tedious, and you just got to go slow. You can't really rush it. You can't really go faster without just blocking in things. Especially for me, there's guys who can definitely go way faster. If you watch, some of these David Finch on YouTube, some of these amazing Marvel inker guys, they just fly. Like I have that I'm just lucky to be here feeling when it comes to inking. Like I just enjoy it. And the art translates well to it.
Goblin says David Finch is cracked out of his mind.
Yes. Yeah, he'll bang out a whole drawing in an hour and a half. But again, that's confident 25 years of ink work. And this is the first Musk Ox I've ever drawn. If I do Batman 25 times, if I do this Musk Ox 25 times, I'd probably be better at it. So this is something that you see me do when I paint a lot. Just keep pushing back what I've carved out because I don't like it. I want it to be darker. I want it to be more contrasting. this having this much black and this darkened object really also makes the watercolor a little different because there's no color. I'm only going to have the fringes to highlight for this ox.
Goblin saying the line work is great. The line weighting.
Thank you, Goblin. Appreciate it. It's weird, like I was telling Erica before the stream, like I rarely have that fear of art, scared, like, how's that going to work? How am I going to figure that out? Like I do with inking. It's really refreshing to be petrified the entire time. Like that less confident feeling you have as a beginning artist. Like I have that, I don't have that painting anymore. I feel pretty confident. This is learning it over again, which is can be very fun.
Well, I wonder, because you jump around in paintings, and I see you try to do that in inkings. Do you have the same freedom in inkings and paintings?
Even more so probably with inkings because it's dry. I can't paint myself into a corner, which I tend to do with paintings. So it's almost a mixed blessing that I can just jump around. Because we have the camera going, like if the camera wasn't going, I see, because my brain works this way, I see things I want to fix. I'd be jumping all over this piece. Just because when I see something I want to fix, I tend to want to fix it then so I don't forget about it.
Comstock's in the house.
There she is.
Here.
Now it's a party. She's like, what is this black and white crap?
I was going to say the same thing. Somebody just tuned in and be like, what is this?
He's going to make this not suck, right?
She's excited. She says, woo, sketches.
Exactly.
She's asking, is this a commission piece?
No, it was just an open release out of my head piece. I'm trying to do this once a week. I'm doing inkings just to make myself have some kind of schedule. So this one was just part of that last week's inking, and it did already sell. I posted a detailed picture of it, and somebody added to their collection right from that picture. So we're super excited. Hope she's checking out the stream and be able to see it. It's always amazing when someone trusts me that early in the process to not cock it up, as they say. But yes.
Goblin says, I do not have the patience nor the confidence to do this.
It's a little harder with people, obviously with a stream. Like I said, I'm super confident painting. This is like, is everybody looking? Look the other way for a little bit. And again, the enameler in me wants to just blow a lot of these highlights out. I mean, fill them in and really have it be dark and tonal. But I'm trying to leave some of those lines that show the flow of the fur because I won't have the benefit of color underneath it like I do with enamel. because of these braids, I think it's safer for me to really darken behind it so the braids pop forward a little bit. So we're gonna carve those suckers out. Welcome to the live hair stream.
Goblin says, I should really get a comic team going or something, because at this pace my comic will never be finished.
Exactly. Sometimes you gotta outsource. Find some hungry art students who are looking for some portfolio.
Carasciolo over on Instagram says, great art like always.
Hey, thank you. Thanks for joining me. You're joining the stream. We're mixing it up.
Push the paper up a little bit, like an inch in your world.
An inch in my world up. All right.
Goblin says, I am the hungry art student. Well, then you're on your own.
Then you're screwed.
Dennis says, I can't wait to hear how you came up with this idea.
Oh. Dennis, did you say?
Mm-hmm.
This is just one of those fun... Actually, this has been in my sketchbook.
Oh, God, for over a
year. More than a year for sure. Yeah. Just waiting to be painted. And that's the fun part now, is that some of my sketches are kind of going to have a new place to go besides painting. You know, we can ink them first and see how we like them. I'm just gonna do around this horn, and then I want to work on the horn because that will be a cool texture also. I think. I don't know. I'm gonna make it up when I get there. So do you guys like seeing the inking stuff more? Should we mix it in? Let me know what you think.
Goblin says, this looks very detailed compared to most of your stuff.
This is very detailed because just the amount of space to fill with textures. Again, and because I'm not doing it in a chunkier enamel style, inking style, I'm really rendering each piece. This really does have a much more detailed, just so much more process than my normal enamel would be.
Melissa Comstock says, please flip the camera so you appear right-handed. Thanks.
Well, that's great input. That really.
Can you be normal, please?
Yes.
You weirdo.
Hey, pay bananas, you get monkeys. Rid of some of this stuff. All the stuff under his neck has to go away. Slap in some.
Are you going to work on that right foot or just keep going to the head?
I'm gonna keep going to the head.
Okay.
I'm just trying to get this little foot done and then jump to there.
Then move the piece over to the right.
Over to the right. We're going over to the right. All right.
When you're inking, so is it important for you to get that background done first? The darkness?
Yes, on this part, especially with the fur. This is really a unique challenge. There won't be anywhere else in the piece. You know, the fur aspect. Like so, and I know you guys are probably done seeing the fur, so I'm going to basically wrap that up for now. But yeah, that's the big sections of dark like that are definitely the hardest. Because they can really, you know, it's what can weigh the piece down and also, you know, really screw it up. And also, I tend to just use too big a. Fix some of that with a smaller pen. Just going in and connecting some shapes. All right, I don't hate that too much. Let's tone these things here. I'm gonna go to the, let's get these braids done. Adding some weight to some of the lines in there that will help define it a little more. Just more like a bunch of All right, let's do some horn. So much faster than hair, that is.
Sarah says, I made it.
He's here.
But you couldn't pop in for the derby.
But you missed the derby piece, exactly.
Says I know. The kids are 0 stars. I do not recommend. I believe you. Why don't they just feed themselves? Take care of themselves.
Dinner every night?
Can't possibly be every night. Oh, she's at her mom's. She says everyone says hi.
Hey, everyone. Thanks for tuning in. It's fun doing quick things like the horns.
Yeah, that took about 1/10 of the time of all
Yeah.
that damn hair. Ugh.
I think that's why I love inking so much. Is that with painting, it's kind of all the same, not same texture, but same kind of technique to make all the textures. And inking is like each little area needs its like own approach. Like how is it? What does bone? What does surface of skin look like? What does surface of bone look like? And without the color underneath, like painting, you kind of all the pressure is on how you render it, the marks you make to show that that's fuzzy, that's hard, that's old, that's shiny. If that makes any sense at all.
Melissa says that's a mighty fine looking yak.
Yakety yak. All right, let's do some, let's finish up. I think I like about my inking style, which is different from a lot of other traditional inking guys, is mine's very organic. Mine's hand drawn, just because how my brain works. Not that it's better or worse. It's just it is. I guess it's the best way to. I like that feeling of things that feel handmade. Otherwise, you just get AI to do it. All right, I like what we've done here. I'm gonna do a little more. So I think I'll detail the armor plate, and then we could call it done there. So let's do that. First, I'm just going to add some. Make it a little thing here. Let's get a tiny liner. Let's put little threads on the. Do you want to zoom into this part since I'm doing this last?
Sure. Right. And why don't you move it up a little while we're here?
Move it up. There.
Yep.
There. All right. All right. We're just gonna two things. And put some stitching on this tiny rope. And let's see. Let's do we'll do that and do a big one in the center there. I like that feeling. Let's bring that star shape back also. I'm going to give these a little weight first because the light's coming down from the top, so you want to try to give all these things some weight. You custom make this plate armor for your ox? Is it available somewhere?
I think in
Kathmandu?
Streets.
So the funny thing I always wonder is, if you know my painting, does this look like one of my paintings, or is it not the subject matter, but like the way the shadows, everything, the way it's done? Like, does it feel like my painting, or does it feel like somebody else? Just gonna add some stronger lines for that. Same with the armor plates out here. I want those to be a little stronger. Let's go with some of this big marker, just make a couple of big lines just to give some depth to the sides, some weight to the bottom. Ew, yucky. All right, we're going to wrap it up here. Thank you guys for joining me. If you liked this ink style, let me know. Do you guys want just, hey, buddy, stick to painting? That's fine too. Just let me know what you think. I appreciate everybody who came by and hung out, as always. Look forward to doing another one next week. So again, thank you guys for joining me, and we'll catch you on the next one. Take care.